The 2015 Japanese Cherry Blossom Festival was held recently at the Thang Long Royal Citadel in Hanoi. During the festival, visitors enjoyed the Yosakoi traditional dance, cosplay, and martial arts performances, as well as an introduction to special Japanese dishes. Apart from the usual sakura decoration, a lot of interesting activities took place at the two-day event, such as sakura planting and exhibition. The Japanese Cherry Blossom Festival was first held in Hanoi in 2007 and now attracts more than 100,000 tourists annually. This year's festival is one of the key activities to mark 42 years of the two countries' diplomatic ties. Ko Si Chang locals carry on the traditional Songkran celebration with lots of fun activities. Si Chang Chief District Officer Pisit Sawasdi Nukun led local authorities of Si Chang District, Chonburi Province to kick off the annual Songkran celebration on Kam Island recently. A large number of local people and tourists joined the celebrations, which include boat races, beauty pageant contest, singing contest, and celebrity shows. The highlight of the celebration was a century-old tradition to carry down women into the water. Si Chang locals in the old day were primarily fishermen who spent most of their time in the sea. Songkran is the time of year when they would spend time with their family. Young people would wish the elders well, while the elders would bless them in return. Young men would approach the women they like and ask them for permission to carry them down into the water. Ko Si Chang's Songkran celebration is usually held on April 18th every year. The hot weather has caused an increasing number of tourists to appreciate the scenic views of the Mekong River and the river cruise service in Nakhon Phanom. Cruise operators say they have to double the number of boats on weekends to accommodate the tourists who usually come with their families. The cruises leave Thailand at Indochine Market around 5 p.m, traveling up north, seeing the traditional livelihoods along the river. It stops at Nong Siang Church for a sunset view before furthering up to Laos Ta Kaik. The boats will then head back to Thailand against the backdrop of Nakhon Phanom. The trip takes about an hour. It is becoming more popular among tourists due to their affordable fees. Adults pay only 50 baht, while children pay 20 baht. A chartered boat costs 1,000 baht. Food can be ordered on board. Bangkok Metropolitan Administration opened a new sunflower field in Lat Phrao district for the public as part of the Children's Day celebrations. Music performances and organic produce fair will be organized on that day as part of the celebrations, according to a district official. District staffs planted sunflower seeds in the Ten Rai land near Satri Vitaya II school on Kaset Nawamin Road for the occasion. Some of the flowers are starting to bloom, but most will bloom around the second Saturday of January, which is the Children's Day in Thailand. People are seen taking photos with the beautiful flowers. Many praised the project as it enables them to have similar photos taken with the flowers without traveling to other sunflower fields outside Bangkok. The flowers will stay 15 to 20 days after they have fully blossomed. The northern town of Sapa attracts a great number of tourists each year for both its beautiful natural landscape and unique culture. As such, community-based tourism has become popular in the area because it gives visitors a hands-on, authentic experience. With the recent inauguration of a new highway from Hanoi, this mode of tourism is set to thrive even more. According to a survey by American environmental organization, the Nature Conservancy, more than 70% of international tourists to Sapa wants to travel through the villages with the ethnic groups. Visitors will stay overnight in the village and experience what it's like to be a local of Sapa. This form of tourism is attractive as tourists can have an authentic experience of the local life. Pauline and Vincent Illegem's tourists from France said they have always read about history of Vietnam, so they want to travel here to see the country with their own eyes. We want to have an authentic experience. Ethnic groups in the area are also encouraged to preserve traditional crafts like embroidery and weaving. The community-based tourism model has helped locals earn an average additional $2,000 per person. Ethnic groups have now a better standard of living. Nguyang Hondai, CEO, APT Travel Company, said they want to collaborate to promote community-based tourism in Sapa to create jobs for locals here. They also think about tourism with responsibilities, meaning they need to think about preserving the culture. The future direction of homestay tourism in Sapa will be based on the preservation and promotion of the ethnic group's culture and natural landscape. This will be the ideal destination for domestic and foreign tourists to Sapa as it offers diverse tourism choices. The National Heritage Board, or NHB, is offering public tours of the last standing bunker from the armament depot of the British Naval Base. It is part of its Battle for Singapore project, which commemorates Singapore's fall to the Japanese 73 years ago and its liberation 3 years later. Trekking through vines and grass and even stepping into a pond, that's the journey you have to take to reach the Atap Valley bunker, which is located in Woodlands. The bunker is the size of a 2 5-room HDB flats put together. One can see the ventilation system from back then, as well as this ceiling crane that can carry up to 1.5 tons. A railway line used to run through this now waterlogged passageway. It delivered crates of ammunition. The National Heritage Board says honouring historical sites like these are key, especially with SG50 celebrations.
Felt that we should actually increase public awareness about all these different aspects of Singapore's past, and so what we did was we increased the number of tours to 52 tours this year, and we have introduced a lot of new sites which we hope would actually attract more members of the public to sign up and in taking part in these tours to learn more about the resilience, the wartime hardships that Singaporeans had to go through.
They have another 5 new tour sites for this project in Sentosa, Sime Road, Sarimbun Bridge, Kranji and Bukit Brown. The existing tours are in Tiong Bahru, Adam Park and Bukit Chandu. The uniqueness of the wedding customs of the 7 ethnic Malay groups of Brunei Darussalam is a very variable inheritance and treasure. Together, these ethnic groups represent a wealth of customs and culture. Despite today's evolution and changes, the originality of the Brunei ethnic Malays' wedding customs have not changed much. The 7 different wedding types were compiled in a book entitled The Ethnic Malay Wedding Culture in Brunei Darussalam. The book was launched during the recent Culture Festival in Bandar Seri Begawan. It contains a compilation of 14 working papers produced by ethnic experts and academics. The book describes the traditional customs and wedding rituals of each ethnic group in the past. Most of the traditional customs are not practiced today and are slowly being forgotten. The book was published with an objective to introduce briefly the implementation in wedding customs of the 7 ethnic Brunei Malay groups as a source of reference for researchers. The book at $7 Brunei per copy can be bought at the Brunei Language and Literature Bureau Bookshop. The book titled Rainforest Plants and Flowers of Brunei Darussalam, published by the Forestry Department of the Ministry of Industry and Primary Resources with the Board of National Parks of the Republic of Singapore, is hoped to provide information regarding the botanical wealth of the country. The book launching ceremony was held recently. The 211 pages book was jointly launched by Pehen Datuk Sri Setia Haji Yahya, Minister of Industry and Primary Resources, and His Excellency Masagos Zulkifli bin Masagos Muhammad, Minister in the Prime Minister's Office and Second Minister in the Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Singapore. The publishing was one of the scopes of cooperation under the Memorandum of Understanding between His Majesty's Government through the Forestry Department and the Board of National Parks of the Republic of Singapore regarding Botanical Survey of Brunei Darussalam. The $27 book contains details and information on the varieties and the botanical wealth that can be found in the country.